Boom.
Boom.
What up there, brother?
What up, man? What up? What up? What up?
Oh man, what a day, what a day, what a day. Backwoods. What's popping, man? I'm looking forward to it too.
Oh,
That's
yes.
where I am.
What up, everybody?
101, what the word is. Villain
101.
trucker.
Stay mad. Hey, Shanna.
Shanna. Stay
Brother
mad,
Jason.
everything
Man.
good, man.
What up, Chris?
There go my twin, Jason. What's popping, young fella? Yeah. Hey, 360. That kind of do look like me a little bit, but nah. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I don't know what kind of that gun look old, whatever it was. Chris, what up?
What up, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I apologize for missing out last night. Y'all had it was a good live on RGG channel, but as y'all can see, man, I'm kind of rough, swollen. Yeah. So hey, sweetie.
Hi, baby. How are you?
What's up?
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Kind of. What you done?
Hey.
No.
Oh, but so yeah, man. I got. She 1-2 piece me with no fries on the side.
Put 'em in the cup. That's what I did.
Easy, Captain. Lawrence Lilly, what up? What up? Stay mad. Coy, what's popping? Carbon Q. Joe Vaughn, what up?
What up, Junior?
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, hi, Naughty, Carbon, Jason and Cheyenne, Sophia
Sophia?
B.
What up, Sophia?
Chicago Firearms. What up? What up? Hey, I'm still got you in mind, bro. I still got you in mind. Working on you. Working on it. Working on you. GT, what up, brother? What's popping?
You playing Uno?
I don't know what's going on with this one.
Oh, I'm on I'm in between channels right now.
All right. So, Erica and Carmen have 12 days of Christmas. And tonight is on Tory Brain Games. So I guess
I just saw him go live a little earlier.
Yeah. So I told her, I said, you better make a choice, girl.
I pick you any day, baby.
Holla.
Hey, Backwoods.
Real deal, what up?
The real deal?
Yeah. Everything good, real deal.
Looking good.
That's a greeting right there.
For real.
To that I say hello, sir.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, man.
What up, Saint?
Hey, what up? That's my brother from the same mother.
What up, OJ? What up, Joseph Harris? What's going on, bro?
Joseph Harris. That's my motorcycle brother. What it is.
Hey, Joseph Harris. He's such a cool person.
Who's Big Joe?
Yeah, Big Joe.
Yeah, he's hella cool.
That's thunder.
That's thunder and lightning. Come shaking through your town.
I like his wife. She keeps him in check.
Oh, yeah. I bet you would like his wife.
Yeah, I love her.
Man.
I love
us boys out there running wild.
Brother said dog allergies.
Nah, man. I wish it was that simple. Nah, you know what happened? All right, so Saturday we went out to a Christmas parade, not far from home, and man, I just started feeling a little weird, And she got me some juice, and we're driving home, and she's like, "You all right? You all right?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cool," but my tooth started hurting a little bit. And then I went to sleep and woke up and my shit was like this. So it's actually a little better than it was last night. So, man, it was a long night, man. She thinks it's worse.
A long night.
It might look worse, but it hurts less. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working through it. I'm getting through it. I wouldn't want to leave y'all, she was like, "You sure you want to do the live?" I'm like, "Baby, my people needs me." Yeah, right. Y'all all like shit. I could have watched Price is Right or something. Virginia Bushcrafter, what up? What up? Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah. She popped me all right. All right. So here's the fun part. Men, I just want to say this to all the men out there. So I'm not alone. We are sissified. Because when we get sick, are we not feeling good? Oh, the world is melting. Oh. It's going to end. It's going to end with us in it.
What up, Ramsey? What up, Coy?
Ramsey, what up? Yeah, we gonna just disappear if they don't tend to us. Boy, I was like a punk. Can you make it warmer? Can you make it warmer?
What up, Tap In?
Oh man, yeah. See, Naughty. Yup, that's right. Straight punk. Tap in. What up? He said, Reverend, caught up to you at the Christmas.
Right, he do appreciate that's great.
Oh man, yo,
Man, fam, what up?
let me get sick. Who's that? Fam? The fam?
You know
The
it.
fam? Yeah, man.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Gina.
thought Fran was
Hey,
on
Gina.
the other side. Hey,
What up,
Gina
Dennis?
versus Gina.
He must not be winning.
Right.
Right.
Dennis Dixon, what up?
What up,
Yeah,
Mike?
man. Mike, what's up, young fella?
Oh man,
But,
I gotta send you a picture later, man. My wife brought home some dressing. She went to my sister-in-law's house. And she made some dressing. That wasn't stuffing she made. She made
No,
dressing.
she made it with the cornbread and
Yes,
stuff.
she did.
Yes.
She does that every year, man. It's delicious. She makes it real
You
good.
don't like it, and I love it that way.
Oh,
I
God.
make it with the cornbread, the onion, celery,
Yeah,
pepper.
man. It's good.
Oh my
I
god!
just never was into it.
Yeah, Miss Sharon. I mean, yeah, man. It's real good. That
Does she
that
put
is.
the desserts in it? Does she like?
I think she did chop that stuff up and use it and put that in there. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
She does that because my nephew, her son, he likes his with syrup on it.
Jesus.
Stuffing with syrup on it?
Yeah.
Or dressing?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ultimate Acres, what up?
Because it's cornbred.
Yeah, but it tastes good. I had to try it one time because he said to, so I did, and it was good.
Man. Well, I don't know who the hell makes syrup got to happen on a mistake on that. Because you really got to be.
No, because you
I don't
can.
know what made him decide to do it.
Oh, on the ham. But
yeah, but you eat when you have dressing, you have it with the ham and.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. We had no ham. I was looking forward to the ham. There wasn't no ham. Not real deal. I can't eat oysters, man. I can't eat no shellfish.
Yeah.
But he said, Joseph House ain't nothing like jelly with some bad jelly on it. Really?
Dressing bad jelly on it. I don't mess with no cranberry sauce. I can't. There's certain foods I just was never exposed to. I can't mess.
Your mom didn't eat cranberry sauce?
Nah.
We used to eat the one out the can.
She was basic. My mom, well, no, she made some good food, but she didn't OD on Thanksgiving. That's why I'm so simple. Because here's the thing.
Don't say you're simple.
When your kids are picky,
you're not
my preferences. When your kids are picky over the years, instead of throwing it out and wasting, you start to, be like, all right, I'm only going to make this. So it'd be like 8, 9 things at the table. And it'd be guaranteed the shit is going to go.
No. My mom always OD on Thanksgiving. They did the same thing this year too, man. My mother made some deviled eggs and she put like bacon in them this year. This is the first time she ever did that. Oh, damn, that was good.
That sounds good.
See, he won't let me do that because it's only me, him, and Alex. I get in trouble if I be like, oh, I'm going to have 2 meats. And he'd be like, for what? It's only me, you, and Alex. And
I am, Lawrence.
It's so simple. So simple.
Yeah, man, I mean, listen, I don't know. What y'all do for Christmas Eve?
Nothing.
What y'all do for Christmas? What y'all do for like Christmas dinner?
Similar to Thanksgiving, really.
Yes, it's pretty similar. It depends if the kids come home, though. If the kids don't come home,
yeah, that makes a difference.
Then it makes a hell of a difference.
Christmas Eve. Hey, Siege, for Christmas Eve, this is a Price family tradition for my father. I'm gonna have sausage and peppers. I'm gonna have some good ass hamburgers, some baked beans, some onion rings, French fries, stuff like that. That's the type of stuff we always did because Thanksgiving you always had them big dinners. And come Christmas, we don't have Christmas Day dinner now. Jackie's family, they'll do that, but we have and lose like ass every time. That's what we have. We're gonna have some sausages and peppers, and like I don't know what kind of Christmas you call that, but that's a traditional Price family Christmas.
But we do a big Christmas breakfast though.
Yeah, I'll be throwing down for breakfast time.
Breakfast we do a big breakfast
because I'm good with the sweets and all that. Siege, what's up, young lady?
Everything
Urban Garden
and for our breakfast.
Yeah, I'm dope with the breakfast time. But then it's I don't know. I'm as simple as they get. Simple, easy to please.
Coy has gumbo. We may
that's an awkward.
We may go see.
That's an awkward some.
I can't eat the seafood. I like gumbo, but I can't eat the shellfish, man. That messed me up.
Yeah. Yep. But I could rock with that shit. we be on a nice rainy day or whatever. She'll make
Mhm.
like a beef stew or whatever, and put dumplings and make
Oh,
dumplings.
you put dumplings in there. We gotta talk because I don't, I've never made dumplings. My mom used to make like chicken and dumplings. You know, I never made
Yeah.
dumplings before.
Yo, it's so easy the way we do it. You just take biscuits like grands,
Uh-huh.
cut them in half, ball them up, and hit them in the water while the water's hot, and just let them sit there for like, I don't know, 40 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try that.
Amazing.
And yeah, they really
If you could
like
find the Hawaiian bread dumplings or biscuits,
It'd be hard to find them. I gotta try to go to Kroger or Walmart or something. Cause it'd be hard. I know that those are good. I've had them before, but they'd be hard to find.
yeah. Calvin Carbine, what up? What up?
What up, Calvin?
Joseph, does your wife make the chili with or oxtail soup with blueberry muffins?
All right.
Whoa.
This is when you start to realize you got friends around you with too much money. Because if they openly and freely talk about oxtail, like is
at this time of day,
yeah.
But
You
you
got
got to
too
make
much
that with some blueberry muffins.
Right, man. That's right.
Yes, it is. You can't just be talking about oxtail like it's no big deal.
I love some oxtails, man. Just make them. I love them.
Did I ever tell you my oxtail story?
Which one? About the blueberry muffins?
No. This kind of maybe triggered the blueberry muffin thing.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I'm in New York, and it's something called the China bus. And the China bus goes from New York to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I need some oxtail.
Sorry.
And I said, okay, sweetie, go get some. She said, they don't sell them down here. You're going to have to bring it from New York. So I had to freeze this 50-pound box of oxtail and bring that shit on the bus. Now, the bus ride is like, it's like 14 hours long, this bus ride.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got to Atlanta, everybody on that bus wanted some damn oxtail, boy. It
was smelling up the whole bus.
The whole bus. And I wasn't going to put it underneath with all the luggage and shit. I was keeping my eye on that mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's and I bought it
here.
You're
right, man. Inflation not going to stop a meal. That's true. Because when I want some, I'm going to have it.
You're going to stop my meal. I looked at some the other day. It was 5 tails or whatever. That shit was like $12.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, sir. Keep it techie. What up? But either way, man, I would enjoy it the way it was, 4 or 5 years ago. But certain thing, I don't know what the hell happened, but oxtail was just sky high.
Oh yeah, it's been like that. The cheapest I find now is at Walmart. It's like a Spanish company. That's the name of it. It's like a Spanish company on the name of it. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a Spanish name.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty good. I mean, they still expensive, but the other spot I used to go to, the guy won't cut them the way that I ask him to anymore because there's a certain way he has to cut them. But what they used to do, they used to like cut some of the fat off and everything, and then they would sell it to you based off of the actual weight, not before. And they don't do it anymore. He said he wouldn't do it for me.
Patrick Ivory, what up? What
up, Patrick? What up,
yeah, man? So listen. So all right. So recently, I heard on the news there was a shooting or an active shooter in the Valdosta area, which for me that's plenty local to where I am. My son goes to college in Valdosta, and so there was an active shooting. And not to follow up on that story, but to follow up on something that I heard, which I'd never heard of prior, and this is something that a lot of families and all can do. Check your local. I don't know how you can do it. Your schools, your town, or whatever. There's a anonymous tips app, and what it is it's kind of something that the parents get a frontline vision on these types of calls and tips that do come into either police departments or schools or whatever that we never find out until after an event happened, or sometimes they'll hold the bus up if something happened in the area, whatever. But so this app is geared toward parents being involved, and so just anybody who's that far interested, check to see your local school district or county or town or whatever to see if there's an app that you guys can keep up with for, just like the Ring alarm system.
Neighborhood. The neighborhood app.
So check it out if you can. Prepper Studying, what up? It's good to see you.
What up,
But
bro?
so somewhat recently, I was talking to a young lady. Her name is It's Destiny, and she did a live that they were talking about like active shooter scenarios.
Mhm.
And this is generally what triggered this conversation. But she ended the live, and I was at work. So what we were talking about is, are you prepared to shoot back? So in an active shooter scenario, a fellow was on there saying that he is trained to meet a threat with a threat. Now,
Mhm.
this is something that we've talked about plenty, and I had to, disagree in that stance because I'm not going to meet every threat with a threat. And I understand that there's going to be different scenarios that have different heightened levels of
Situational.
situational. Yeah. And so apparently what the young man was saying is that's what they're trained to do. They're
Is he law
trained
enforcement?
military.
Okay.
So I was telling them, understood, but when you start spreading the general message
What up, Brian?
around civilians,
Mhm.
you definitely have to be careful of where you're stepping.
Mhm.
So I had got on and I said, listen, you don't meet every threat with a threat, you meet it with judgment.
Mhm.
And off of that judgment, and then you decide if a threat is necessary, if a threat is actually what you thought it was coming into
Mhm.
the scenario, and how much power to use in that situation. Brian
Mhm.
Bridges, what's up? So I figured, you know what? That kind of geared me up to decide if there was a real understanding, if people know how they're going to do when it's time to shoot back. And I think that there's a real uh, chest out approach a
Right.
lot of times for people in the community. All in all, it's all good, but there's a
Mhm.
chest out approach when people don't realize how difficult it is to pull a trigger at
Mhm.
a human being.
Mhm.
Zach, shit, it was hard enough to shoot a damn possum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And regardless if that person is advancing on you or
Mhm.
not, you could be saving somebody else. It could really not be your line of fire. Um, it's a difficult decision. It's very, very tough. And from
If
a,
you if you got guys who are like you say, like that are trained, who've been through a certain circumstance or situation, and they've been in that, I would think for them it would be easier. But for your
yeah,
average everyday citizen, for me, for myself, my first thing is to try to get away from that if I can. If I
hmm
don't have any choice, and I mean, and it's just either you gonna start shooting or you gonna die, then I gotta start shooting. But
hmm
really, my thing is get out of there. Because if they're in the front of the store,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm in the back of the store, listen, we need to get out of here because we don't want to get into a firefight. I
that's
mean,
right.
you don't want to. I mean, I don't carry a gun because I want to shoot anybody. I carry a gun just in case I have to shoot somebody.
Exactly, exactly.
There's a difference, but I can understand like a person who's been trained and has a certain mindset that thinks that way. I can
Mhm.
understand, especially if you've been down range and you done been on that two-way range, and it's something that you've experienced. You got a different mindset, a different thing going on inside your head than a
Yeah,
regular guy who doesn't do that.
yep, yep. I tell you, KO, what's up? What's up? CDL, what's popping? Who else snuck up
CDL.
in here? Bangers, what up? So here's something that a lot of people might not know, and a lot of people might have been in this situation itself. And I have never killed a man, but I've had a negligent discharge
Mhm.
in the past, and I dropped the gun and I caught it, and the firearm went off.
Mhm.
Now I'm living with this every day, and it's a really shitty feeling. Mind you, nobody died, nobody got hurt. I got in trouble for it. Um, the the weapon discharged into my son's bedroom,
Right.
about a foot over from where his bed is,
Mhm.
um, and continued through the house. Is this wall? I wish I could show you guys, but it's over there.
Mhm.
It went through that wall, and it went through the wall after his room into the bathroom. Wherever it hit, it stopped. It didn't come through the bathroom,
Mhm.
and I couldn't live with myself for a long time. I couldn't fucking deal with it. How fucked up life was, and how antsy or anxious I'd get when I would be around firearms. Mind you, I owned plenty of firearms at the time. I stopped shooting, stopped training, stopped a lot of shit, and it really hurt me to understand that could have been a life. Now, if I feel that way and nobody got hurt, how the fuck would I feel if I took another person's life, a man, a woman, a child, whatever the situation is? It's a difficult feeling.
The only thing I would add with that is I can understand, because you start thinking about, man, I could have hurt Erica, or I could have hurt Alex, or
Yeah.
I think your mind may be in a different situation is where someone is actively trying to hurt you or hurt the ones you love. I just think that would change, because even when I think about what I did, Billy, it bothered me. But I did it because I thought something was going to happen. I thought something might happen if I didn't, and that's why I did it. Now I thought about it afterwards, because I was like, okay, that didn't happen, and I think you're supposed to, like Real Deal said, he's like, if you just did it and didn't have any sort of feeling about it, then I'd be worried. And I think you're supposed to, because you don't want to take anybody's life. That's like, because that's what I'm saying. Some people just itching for a fight. I mean, and you don't want to, but I mean, if I did have to, I agree with. I would go see somebody. I would go talk with somebody, because you don't really want to do that. And I think it would. I think it would weigh on you, even if the person was wrong, and you knew you had no other choice and you had to. It's just that it's life. It ain't just like, I don't know, ripping up a plant or some paper or something. It's an actual life. You've taken everything that person is ever going to be and ever hoped to be. And I mean, that thing is going to weigh on you, because we all part of that same human family, no matter what. I think that thing weighs on you.
Yep. So at the end of the day, I'm sitting wondering how a lot of people are charged up, and they come for that angle, but they ain't been there before. You know, they just don't know how it feels. And you can talk from that space you're in, but shit, it's a scary place. Backwoods, what up, bro?
What's up?
What up,
Not
Backwoods?
much. How you feel?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good, man. Good.
Hey, you see how I'm sitting here, man? I'm struggling, bro. I need a beard to cover my shit right now.
Man, I come up here to offer my services.
Yeah.
I got you covered.
Bro,
Free of charge, man.
He's gonna get you right.
Free of charge, man. You know what I'm saying?
That would be wonderful. I swear to you. Something by Sophia. What's up, young girl? It's good to see you. Yeah, man. Listen, Backwoods. Have you ever been in a scenario where it was that amped up and excited?
Yeah, that's actually why I popped up on here. When I was married before to that chick. Anyway, I'll keep it nice. Yeah, we had an upstairs, and it had the balcony style bedroom. So it just had like a pony wall. And you could see down you could look over and see the stairs and see down into the living room. Well, one night, man, I hear this, and man, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I was thinking somebody's trying to get in the front door. Well, what tripped me out is the wife. She goes, hey, it sounds like somebody's trying to get in the front door. And I was like, oh shit. And I'm not gonna lie, man, because I've always been around firearms, always had trained with them. I'm not gonna lie, man. For that moment, man, just that quick moment, it was like, oh no, come on, man, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my stuff, and I went, and I almost went around the stair, around that wall, started down the stairs, and then I thought, and I was like, oh man, what if someone's already in the house and someone, so I just stopped and then I looked over that wall. I just kind of just looked over that wall. And man, I put that piece, started aiming at that front door, man. And I'm gonna tell you, in that moment, my knees started shaking so bad. and my
body
breath,
got warm.
yeah, and like it was hard to draw a breath. You know, I was just like, I mean, the one thing I do remember is, man, I was never shaking here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But my knees were shaking, and I was thinking to myself, God, if somebody walks in that door, I'm going to blow them back out of it. And God, please don't let them walk through that door. Please,
Yeah.
let them get discouraged or, and go away. And I sit there for a minute, and I kept thinking to myself, man, I've been laying on the bed, then took that time to get over here, and this dude's still trying to get in the door. I was like, man, this dude sucks. Because, I just started trying to ration in my head what was going on. And I thought, man, this dude ain't even no good at this. So I started easing down the stairs, and easing towards the front door. Man, y'all gonna laugh about this.
That damn raccoon.
Worse. My wife had bought some baby chickens that morning, that day, and she had set them. I was already in bed. She had set them right by the front door in that little box, and they was in there scratching, pecking and stuff, man. I was like, man, them damn chickens got to go outside, man.
Chickens.
Damn baby chickens, man, little bitty chickens.
The thing that's wild is all that emotion, all that to the point where you could remember that years and years ago, and you didn't even shoot, and it wasn't even a person there, and it fucks with you even still.
Yes,
I couldn't imagine how it is to even. All right, so even if you don't shoot somebody, but being placed in that scenario where now is the time to make a choice, even if the person is armed and pointing back at you or already shot at you. That's a feeling, man. That's a fucking feeling.
Well, my dad, Vietnam veteran, he was Marine, front line. He didn't tell me but about 2 stories his my whole life and I mean, because he's seen real combat, man. I've seen that man sit up, and just stare. He'd be napping on the couch and just sit up and stare and just be looking, And I'll tell you, he told me one time, he said, son, if you ever have to squeeze that trigger on someone, he said, obviously, do what you need to do with whatever. He said, but he said, you come to me immediately. As quick as possible, you call me. He said, because there's just things you're going to need to talk about, and I'm going to make you talk about it.
Yeah.
And
I walk you back through it.
Yeah.
I get that. Wow. I get it. Skilly, what's up, brother?
Skilly.
Oh, fellas.
What up, Skilly?
Man, I ain't feeling too good, but yeah.
Man.
I recently Saturday I had a situation where my keypad went off. My wife had went to work, so I know my wife wasn't in the house. And I woke up to the keypad going off. I'm like, what? I know nobody in my back door trying to break down my back door. So I grabbed my gun, I walked the house, turned the keypad off, but it wasn't nobody. It was just my keypad just went off for no reason.
Now, when my lights go off outside or my dogs start barking a little bit, I'll grab my gun with no fear or frantic. In a weird way, I won't be, too excited, too worried, because in the back of my head, I'm telling myself it's probably nothing. It's probably an animal or something like that. But if at any other time that I had to deal with a situation, I didn't have to pull my firearm out, but Erica did. And that shit, I wasn't even here, and I was heart pumping crazy, rushing to get back here. That shit was wild. You know what I'm saying? So Skilly, when that happened, were you like, oh fuck? Or was it like no big deal? Like, I'm gonna go here with my firearm.
No, I'm gonna tell you, man, I was kind of shaking because it literally woke me up out of my sleep. I'm like, I know nobody in my house. I know my wife gone. I know kids laying down. I know they ain't up and about. I know they ain't went out the back door. So it's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean,
kind
had
of
a couple false alarms or whatever. When I think back on the situation, my first thought was, hey, you go to him and you stay there. That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Checking things to see if cameras went off or something like that. You know, they're false alarms. But when I remember the feeling in the moment, the feeling in the moment was, I'm not gonna let anybody do anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the feeling. Now, when it was done, you think back on it or whatever, but there wasn't I don't know. It wasn't a hesitant feeling. It was I don't know. Like I said, just nobody's gonna hurt them. And that was just that's what I thought about. I wasn't even thinking about me.
Yeah.
You know, because you could just easily, because I have that thing made up in my head. I already understand that having a firearm doesn't mean that you're gonna make it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a part of me. I understand that. It just gives me the capability to be able to have some sort of effective defense. So those are the things that I think about. Those are my internal thoughts. And I mean, I don't think it's about being some sort of brave or anything like that. It's about creating something in your mind. When I decided that I was going to carry a gun all the time, I made that decision that I was going to have to. Why have this if I'm not going to use it if I need it? That's my opinion. Because if I didn't have that mindset, why do it? Like I remember I got my CCW, I had the gun, I wouldn't carry it because I was too busy worrying about people seeing me. If I didn't have that mindset, why do it? I was watching Mossad Ayub. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a real gun guy. And he was talking about people having a gun and not carrying it. And something that he said just clicked in my head. And from that day forward, I have a gun all the time. But I decided that my internal thought, my internal process had to be that if I need to use this thing, I need to be able to use it. If not, then I shouldn't have it. So those times when I've had to, when I thought things have happened, I can't say that I was nervous or whatever. I was like, cautious. I wanted to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. But my internal thought process was, I can't let anything happen to them. I don't want anything to happen to me, but I'm prepared for something to happen to me because I have to go into whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to happen. That's why you say, people, because you don't know until you get into a situation. You don't know. And I don't know what would have happened if I actually had to start pulling that trigger. I don't know. But I remember the feeling up until the time when I was going to see what was going on. Because the thing that took over me was, nothing is going to happen to them. If something happens to them, that means that something has happened to me and things have drastically gone wrong. So I can't have that happen. Those are things that you have to talk with yourself about. I mean, you can't ever be fully prepared, but I think you should have that internal conversation with yourself. Because you visualize and you make scenarios and things, and you hope that when the time comes, you can act. But you never know. I remember those feelings. You never know.
Yeah. Bushcrafter, what up, brother?
What's up? Hey, how you doing, man? How's everyone doing?
How you doing?
Hanging, man.
I'm doing good. Hey, man. Good to see you, Billy. Fat guy with guns, backwood, tactical. Hey, this is a topic that I have to comment on.
Yes.
As far as having to pull the trigger, you have to look at it in this way. It's either you or it's either them. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you something that happened before, which I doubt if I would do it again. I was sitting in my living room watching television, and I usually pack everywhere I go, even in my house, in my room. So I just happened to thought I had my firearm on me. Mm-hmm. I saw something what I thought was a drug deal getting ready to go down. And I was saying, not in my backyard, it's not going on. Mm-hmm. So I said, I'm just going to call the police. And I realized I didn't have my firearm on me. So I went to my bedroom, got my firearm, went to call the police. I saw 3 guys the size of Mike Tyson beating a guy the size of Michael Jackson.
Damn.
Now, the thing is, I pulled my firearm said some words. When they looked up, they outran Usain Bolt. So I asked the guy, I said, "Are you okay?" He's stumbling. He's full of blood. He says, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay," which I knew he wasn't. So, nothing happened. So the next day, there's this organization I belong to. I called them to get some legal advice, and then I made a police report. The reason I did what I did, I don't know if it's really justifiable, but I did not want to see someone. The guy would have died had I not done that.
Yeah.
But I really thought to myself, hey, you know what? I'm getting ready to try to sell this property. An astute buyer is going to pull up criminal activity.
It was a body
in my area.
Right.
But what I've learned since then, just call the police and don't be involved, because had I been involved, my firearm would have been taken.
Yes.
My concealed carry permit would have been taken. And the thing is, when they investigated this for 2 days, there was no one that reported to the hospital. It was just a drug deal that went sour. I did not want it in my backyard because I was trying to sell the unit. In hindsight, would I do that again? I would only call the police.
True that.
So, yes, I just wanted to drop my little comments, man, because I thought this was something I definitely wanted to speak on. So,
yeah, and you know what? There's so many different angles to it. Even a story like that, again, no shots fired.
right.
But that excitement is still there. That memory is always going to be stained. That feeling that you had, because I don't know if the feeling comes after you did the shit or before you did it, but it'd be a feeling, and that shit warms your whole fucking body.
Well, I was in another situation where I have no feelings whatsoever. I was in a town in San Antonio, Texas. I'm driving a candy red Corvette, a 2006. Nice. I'm going over a friend's house to watch the football game. So I decided to stop and get a 6-pack of beer at this local ice house. I drove up to the ice house. It looked like it was closed. I got to the front. It wasn't closed, so I backed up, went into a parking space, went inside, got the 6-pack of beer, coming back to my vehicle. A guy starts approaching me with his hand under his shirt, asking me, "What kind of car is that?" Well, who doesn't recognize a Corvette? So I said to him the first time, "Hey, bro, show me your hands." He kept approaching me. I said a third time, "Show me your effing hands." Hey, he's bold. He keeps coming toward me with his hand under his shirt. He got within about maybe 15 feet is when I pulled out a piece and told him, "Don't take another step." That's when he backed away. Now, the thing is, when I told my friend about it, he said, "Well, why would you drive a vehicle like that up to a neighborhood like that?" Well, the thing is, you know what? Who's going to tell me where I can go and where I can't go if this is America? In hindsight, the only thing I would think now, no, I wouldn't drive to that location again with that type of vehicle. But when it comes to you tell a person 3 times to stop approaching you and show me your hands, and they don't, and you have a piece on you, what are you going to do? It's either me or it's either them. Now, the thing I look at, what if an officer had been drove by, and I got a pistol pointed at this guy? Hey, I could have been taken down for brandishing a weapon.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's
all right. So let me stop you there. Now, here's that scenario. This is exactly what this topic could be about. Is you get into that situation, you brandish a firearm to something you consider a threat, and then the police go by. They see you as a threat.
Right.
And imagine if they would have responded to you, knowing that you didn't shoot anybody. You just stood your ground and told this other fella, "Hey, chill." And all of a sudden, you became the threat to somebody else.
Exactly.
Now, that's why I told the young lady I was talking about earlier that you really have to assess every scenario situation before you respond with force.
Exactly.
Because you could have taken out, just a guy getting some damn beer from the store for no damn
Exactly.
reason. But if you don't analyze that and you go around willy-nilly just taking out threats left and right, we got people that, have died with wallets in their hand. You have kids that died with Skittles in their hand. You have kids that die with water guns in their hand because you were trained to answer a threat with a threat. And that shit just don't go down.
You have to learn to be thoughtful. You have to. The best weapon that you have is the one between your ears.
Yeah. Well, I ran into another situation one night, and I'm always thinking in hindsight. It was about 11:30. I was going to make a run to the grocery store that closed at 12. So I was walking to the grocery store, went in, made my purchase. It was about 11:45. I'm coming back. I'm on a 3-level garage. I'm walking down. 4 young guys are walking up. Then they get closer. 4 young guys between 20 and 25. They all spread apart. So to me, that's a signal right there. So I immediately pulled my firearm, which they could not see. They all went over to the side and went up to the top of the landing. And when they got to the top, they said, well, we didn't want anything. Well, a guy like me, I'm walking with groceries in the left hand. I'm approached by 4 young guys, 20 to 25, that are together. And as they get close, they spread out.
Right.
I did what I had to do. But the thing about it, I'm saying they were not very smart, because if they were smart, they would have called the police and said, hey, the guy with the white T-shirt and the black and red shorts pulled the firearm, which they never saw the firearm. But, you keep thinking in hindsight. And now, would I have been hesitant to pull the trigger? Not at all.
So here's a hell of a catch-22 for me. And this is just being real. And we cool. We talk plenty. But one part of me is saying, damn, Bushcraft to be pulling that gun out for every fucking thing. The other side of me says, that's the shit that people talk about.
Exactly.
Being about it. So it's such a catch-22 in the middle. Like, is it, there's laws and regulations and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. But as a gun owner, are you doing the shit that we all talk about doing? Because we be like, yeah, shit, let something go down. I'm shooting somebody. Everybody got their chest out. But on the same accord, I'm like, God damn.
This is what like Ramsey just said. He said, could that trip to the store have waited until the morning? It's things like that I think we don't think about. Because especially, I guess it depends on where you live. Like where I live at, I may get up. There ain't no more 25 or nothing anymore. I might get up and it's late and I'll go to the store. I don't think about it. Anything can happen anywhere, but I don't think about it. But certain places, like if I was back home where I just came from and it's a certain time of night or whatever, if I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to have somebody with me, I'm going to think about it, or either I'll just wait because I understand that there's a higher likelihood of something may happen. That's why I say it's about being smart. And I do understand that you should be able to go where you want to go. You should be able to move how you want to move. But in the world we live in, you got to be smart. Going where you want to go and doing what you want to do sometimes is not the prudent thing to do. So that's why your best weapon is being smart and using your brain.
That's why now I'm thinking in hindsight, I'm looking at it now. If I'm not ready, like what is it, 8:45 p.m. here? If I don't have what I need now, I'm just not going out. I don't want to take those chances anymore. Like going to the store at 11:45 at night, stopping at a local ice house and a Corvette. So what I look at now, if something like that happens, I don't want to be spending my time trying to post bail, losing my firearm overnight. So it's just sacrifices, and you learn that through hindsight. So, but being prepared to shoot someone, I guess, if they come to the front door, that's a different situation.
Something something my dad had told me. He gave me my first gun, my first pistol, sidearm. And it's a Colt 1911 45. It's big pretty gun,
That's a smart man.
He told me, he said when he went to hold it out, he was holding it like this, and sideways, and he said, "Hold your hand out, son." I put my hand out, and when he put it down in my hand, he took and squeezed my hand, and he said, "Look me in the eyes, boy." I looked at him. He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "When you pull it, use it when you pull it, otherwise never show it." And he said, "Do you understand that?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I do." I said, and so we kind of went into a little conversation about it. And what he was trying to, get across to me was, don't be brandishing it. Don't be acting like a tough guy, Man, I got my gun, he said, if you really feel threatened enough to pull it, then you use it. And he said, if you do not feel threatened enough to use it, do not pull it out, something like what you were talking about, Virginia bushcraft, like seriously, man, 4 or 5 guys approaching you and then they start spreading out. Yeah, man, no, something,
Exactly.
I mean, it's time to, it's time to, as you would say, Bill, put that chest out, and be like, hey, man, I ain't going down like that. But at the same time, man, there's, I think what y'all are getting at with just the idea of going to Walmart, at 11 o'clock at night, I mean, let's plan that for tomorrow. I've talked to a few women about, security and stuff. Some single women, they had asked me some stuff, and I told them, I said, well, first off, especially in today's time, almost every single store out there has curbside pickup. Almost every store has curbside pickup. Utilize curbside pickup. Go on and utilize it. It ain't nothing about being scared. It's just being smart.
Right.
Call, get them few groceries. You pull up right in front of the store. They bring it right out there to you. You drive off. You never even have to get out of your vehicle.
Exactly.
It's going that extra step to not put yourself in the situation, if at all possible.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I dig that. Coach, what up, bro? Kaba, what's popping? Dixie, it's good to see you. Who else up in here? STD, what up, though? So,
Dixie, what up?
So let me ask you this wild question, and pertaining still, has anybody ever been, and in the chat too, please answer this. Has anybody ever been shot at or shot?
No.
I've been around when they've been shooting. I never been shot at. I ain't never been shot at. I've been around when shooting broke out. Ain't never been shot at, no.
But ain't nobody shot at me.
Yeah.
I've been shot at a few times. One was by dad, but anyway, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, it's all good.
Leave brother alone.
Man.
I have been shot at. I'm gonna tell you something. I've had bullets pass by my head close enough that you hear that distinct zoom sound, and it's almost hard to describe that zing that you can feel that. It's more than just hearing it. And the bad thing is once you hear it, it's already past you. And I'm gonna tell you that was a very eye-opening experience for me.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, I've never seen so many yeses. Like, that's a lot of yeses of people that got shot or shot at.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never been shot, just shot at.
I got shot when I was about, I don't know, 11 to 10, something like that. Young kid standing on the corner, shot in my leg, little 22 type of bullet, and feels like a rock. It's like somebody hit you with a rock and it stays hurting. That shit is no joke.
Everybody shot. That gun start going off. It changed your mind. I've been in a situation all of a sudden it's just like boom, boom, boom.
I wonder for a lot of most people that have been shot at, Was it during your time of awareness? Was it during your journey in 2A? Were you a firearms owner at that time? You know, I think a lot of us might have been through some shit before we carried firearms, and just wondering if the response that you had at that time would have been to shoot back. You know,
I did shoot back
you shot back.
when the bullets passed by my head. You dang right, I was slinging them back. Alls I know is I heard zoom, 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 you know, and I was like, oh man, I hit the ground,
Yeah.
reaching, and with that 45 that my dad had gave me, and I just started where it was coming from, just started letting them fly, man. And I heard some people, oh shit, you know, and holler, and they heard the car spin out and take off, and I was like, man, I was so messed up, dude. I talked to my dad on that one.
Yeah, man.
I can imagine when something happens anyway. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever been in like any car situations, man. You get that adrenaline dump, that adrenaline build up, and then when you get that dump, I know that had to have you. You needed to go talk to dad. In that situation, it's I mean, life or death. I mean, you don't know what situation you're gonna make it out of.
I had went and talked to my dad, but of course my mom, she's all looking, like, you okay, son? Oh my God, you know, and my dad's just like, you know, leave him alone, woman. Come up, you know, boy, come out here to the shop, you know.
Yeah.
We talked, and he actually told me, he said, I'm proud of you for shooting back, man. You know, you don't know what could have happened if somebody shot at you, you know what I'm saying? There's no, I mean, they did not have good intentions, you know. And I can't say that they weren't aiming, you know, because they were zinging by me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, all I can say, it was either they weren't that good or it was just a luck of the draw, you know, that I didn't get hit.
Yeah. KO, man, that sounds like it takes a lot of restraint, and I applaud you on that, because a lot of people, they don't give a fuck when shots start ringing out. Sometimes they don't even know who's being shot at, and they'll pull out their firearm and start shooting back. You see it all the time on YouTube and Instagram and all that shit. So I applaud you on holding your restraint on that situation. Plus, being the fact that you were, you know, on school grounds. I'm glad it didn't, you know, go that direction.
I do want to say real quick. Now, I was in the woods at a pond fishing, and it was open woods. And my belief is that somebody, I don't know if they were doing it intentionally, like to try to kill me, or if they were just screwing with me. You know what I'm saying? I was in the woods fishing at this pond that's way out in the woods. So that's why I lit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, being in a you know, in a neighborhood or something like that. Yeah, that's, boy, you're responsible.
A lot of decisions to be made.
When you let one fly, man, you're responsible till that bullet stops.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
That's on you. That's on you.
Yeah. Dude, knowledge. I mean, even as a vet, it's got to be, especially if it's you know, a few people on a few people type of scenario. Fuck, man, it's kind of personal. That becomes personal. So yeah, man, anything that you had to shoot back and that adrenaline got you pumped up and exciting. Joseph Harris, that was the first time that I was exposed, you know, as an adult to firearms, was fucking around with the motorcycle world, you know. That there was a lot of that, a lot of egos, a lot of loose cannons, so to say. Now, here's the funny part. Now, I go back even into our community itself. There's a lot of people in our community that shouldn't have fucking guns, and that should be bugging me out. Let me tell you something. At least the way they talk, they could be good, you know, throwing game out there, and but some people are just so edgy. Some people are so you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, or whatever. A lot of times, I guess that is just bullshit. But there's a lot of people in this community where I'm like, fuck, man, I really hope nothing happens around you.
We all gun lovers. We all love our Second Amendment rights. I love my God-given rights to be able to defend myself with the most effective way possible. But we all know deep down inside, everybody shouldn't have everything. It just is. You don't give a blind man a driver's license and say go out there and do your thing.
I see you back here at 7.
Right, and that's just the reality of it. And you like the whole thing, you know. I understand that, you know, this is my right, this is my that. But someone whose mind state is wrong, you can say whatever you want. Treat me. If you shouldn't have a firearm, you shouldn't. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, it's their right. It's my right to not have some asshole do something stupid to me too.
Yeah.
That shit works both ways. And I think a lot of times they forget that. It works both ways.
It do.
I'd like to ask. Oh, go ahead, Skilly. I'm sorry.
Billy, I just came to stop by, man. I'm a little sick, man. I'm about to get off here, and I catch y'all later.
I trade you whatever code you got for what I got going on right now, and see how you be all right. Hey, first of all, why you in the movie ticket room? All right, I'll talk to you later. Oh man! All right, go ahead, Backwards.
So I was going to ask the question. You know, I watch you guys' videos and stuff. You know, and y'all shooting at the range and things. Have y'all? And maybe y'all don't want to talk about it, and that's cool if you don't. But have y'all done further training than like just at the gun range?
Oh yeah, I have. I don't know about anybody else. I've taken classes.
We did a live, I think 2 weeks ago, and that live was about training further than what is available, finding something else that's gonna either hunting or I seen Zach do a video where he had to move on the go and he had to pick up this heavy ass bag as if it was like a person, you know, shit like that, where I would love to get an opportunity. I could shoot fucking good. Let me drag a fucking 75-pound bag around, see how good I am. Well, probably trash.
One of the things, I've been to this training deal multiple times, and one of the things that they do is, all right, so they make you run first. And I'm talking about they take you like a mile down the road, and it's like hills, and you have to run back in a certain time. When you get back, you have to sit there and run in a circle with your firearm unloaded, with your rifle above your head, and you have to run in circles, and they call your name, you know, and you got to run over there. You have to have 10 rounds for your sidearm, 10 rounds for your rifle in your pants, right? In your pockets. And you have to have your magazines there unloaded. You have to throw the magazines down on the table. You have to pull your rounds out, put them on the table, and then you have to load them things within a matter of time. And then you know, and meanwhile, the guy is screaming at you. He's slapping the table. Your bullets are bouncing around everywhere, and he's got an air horn. And
creating that confusion.
Yeah, and so once you finally get the, you know, your mags loaded and you get up to the range, he's still screaming at you, by the way, you know. And then he says, "Are you ready?" You know, and it's like, "Yes, sir," you know, and so you take off, and when you start, man, when I pulled up, yeah, Chris. When I pulled up and I squeezed that first round, let me tell you something, man. That dude slapped me in the side of the head with a stick, dude, and it freaked me out, man. I was like, you know, and he's like, "You're done. You're done." You know what I'm saying? That quick. And I'm just looking like, what in the crap is this, man? And he said, "You want to try it again?" And I said, "Yeah, you know, I want to do this again." And man, they'll slap you with the stick, slapping my gun, and he's got this air horn on the other side, and he's sitting there blowing it. And you cannot empty your rifle too soon.
Yeah.
Because that target is out there, and if you empty your rifle too soon, when you draw your sidearm, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be within that certain range, because you get, they deduct points from you and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I thought that was I've been through that course many times, and I'm telling you, man, I think
something like that would be hella.
Yeah.
And it's funny, in that conversation I was talking about earlier with the young lady,
mhm.
I told her that a lot of people need to be around somebody that's going to piss you the fuck off, somebody that's going to really dig into your fucking mental and see how much it takes before you hit that breaking point. And that shit right there is a perfect example, of that environment. I love that. I think that's an amazing idea.
Well, I just thought I would share that in case y'all haven't tried something like that. Obviously, make sure, I mean, y'all know the gun safety rules, man, and, staying back and all that stuff. But yeah, man, that dude walked me upside the head with that stick, man. And it was like whap, and I just looked around at him like, I ain't gonna lie, for a moment, I wanted to fight somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, hit me in the head with a stick.
Dig it.
I hit you with his gun, in the mouth, but he just sitting there looking at me,
man.
He's like, "You're done. You're dead that quick because
under
you
pressure.
stopped." Yep.
I dig it.
You hesitated.
Big Fish, what up? Shamir with the SK, what's popping, bro? Oh man, Joe Vi, box some titties. What up? Everybody done slid up in here. See, man, what up? What up? Oh man, it's good to see everybody. It's good to see everybody. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was going to make a joke, but I was going to ask, is he selling movie tickets or what?
Oh, Skilly?
Yeah.
selling brake pads.
Right.
I got you.
CNT, what up? What up? But yo, so that was part of the conversation. I told the young lady, I said, listen, if you can deal with somebody, this is just telling who should have a firearm and who maybe should do a little more practicing. If you can deal with somebody in your face, calling you names, pushing you to your limit, maybe touching you, hitting you with something or whatever, that's amazing training to build up that tolerance to understand that you have to make decisions before you react. You know what I'm saying? There is a consequence. If you save your life, that's great, but your life is not going to be the same, because there's mental consequences and there's physical consequences and sometimes financial consequences that you're going to have to eat.
I really enjoyed that training, and each time I went through the course, I got better, I improved, and it got to where, man, it didn't matter how much he yelled and blew the air horn and slapped at me. I just stayed focused on that target. And one of the things that he had said to me when one of the last times I went, he was like, if that target was a threat, if that target right there that you're shooting at, if that was a real threat, and there was a woman on the other side with a baby, and you were trying to put that threat down, he said, now you're going to be focused enough to know to be able to focus on your shooting range, your lane. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to know that there's something back there, and you can move and do what you need to do to make sure, that you don't hit that innocent bystander.
Yeah. At least tighten that tunnel vision just a little bit.
Yes.
A little bit better. The rest is up to you. But yeah, I dig it. Bushcraft, have you ever done? I know there's a lot of shit that you do outside. A lot of stuff even that as a training tool.
Yes.
Is more than what I go to a range and I'm a fucking superstar. But the shit that you do also is stuff that I would love to be exposed to.
Yeah. I just do it because I just love being outside, and more so I like the challenge. And the thing is that if something were to truly go down, which I don't think it'll ever get to the point that I have to leave my house, but I want to feel confident that I know that I'm going to survive out there in the woods if I have to. That's the main reason that I do it. I want to be proficient with a knife, a hatchet, and a saw. If I have those three things, I think I'm pretty good. I can survive. Of course, a firearm, but it's just general training that I look at it as training. And the thing about it is that the more you go out there, well, the more I go out there, I just found out there's more that I don't know.
There it is.
I just don't, So, and but one thing that I really know that I need to improve in or still start to do more often is going back to the range. And one of the reasons that I don't go as much as I used to, even though the reason one is because the cost of ammunition. Yeah. So that's why I don't go as much as I used to, But I love going out there. I was out there last night. And one of the strangest things happened when I was coming back out of the woods. It was definitely dark. So I'm walking out with this headlight on me, and I see this truck next to my car. So again, you get your situational awareness. So I'm walking, I got this rucksack on my back, go to my car, go to the back, and I see a guy just reading the board. And he rolls his window down and said, Are you hunting? I said, No, I'm not. I'm not hunting. I'm bushcrafting. And he said, What is that? Well, long story short, it was the game warden. And I'd seen that truck pass. I'd seen that truck pass at least 3 times. So, here, you're being aware of who would be parked right next to me when there's this huge parking lot other than the game warden. But, I left. I saw him go across the street and he waited. So when I made the right turn, he followed me for about 3 miles until I got to the main highway. And then he finally turned off. So I guess what he was thinking, I don't know, that maybe this guy did some poaching and he's going to go back and get the wildlife or whatever, but I told him exactly what I was doing. I'm practicing bushcrafting and basically building shelters and firecraft, and gave him the name of my channel. But, it's just.
That might save a motherfucker, I'll tell you right there.
Hey, I seen Zach's face. Look, I seen Zach's face when you said that was the game warden. Zach was like, "Man, see, people get hurt like that, boy. You better say something before that. Don't just be lurking."
Well,
I seen Zach's face was like, "Whoa, boy."
Yeah.
Friend, what up, Coach? What's popping?
What's going on, fam? How y'all doing? What up,
man? Papa D Low, checking on everybody on this Monday evening.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right, friend. I wish it was the morning.
Man, what? Man, it's been a long day, bro.
It's been.
No, I'm laughing at Big Fish talking about training naked because who wants to fight a naked guy?
I seen that.
Who wants to engage with a naked guy?
I am. See, man, I am out here losing a little weight, man. I'm gonna pop out in a second and show y'all my ooh.
Nobody wants to see no ooh. Matter of fact, speaking of losing weight, yo, Kush, congratulations on your journey, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's not easy. And that's something that a lot of us in the firearms world lack.
Yeah.
Is that motivation and that drive to get physically fit more than you already are, to enhance the type of training, the amount of training, the style of training that you could be exposed to do, Yeah. Shit. You'll have me beat quick because I ain't trying to run no fucking where now.
I just posted a video. I think it was yesterday. I think I ran 3 miles for the first time straight through the day after Thanksgiving.
That's fine.
So,
Nice.
Nice, bro.
Nice.
Huh?
You posted that one today, I think. I saw.
Yeah. Was it today? Yeah. My days are ahead of me and behind me all at the same time. So
man, that's what.
But yeah, I was telling my brother I got an identical twin. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But like, man, it don't make no sense in all of us having these guns and shit and can't and our heart health ain't right. We can't run. We can't do.
The simple things, yeah.
I was in that space, man. I'm trying to teach my wife, hand to hand combat. Somebody about to take your firearm from me, and wrestling around with her. I'm like, man, 30 seconds of like hand to hand combat is like a lifetime for some people, man. People don't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do that with Alex. I try to show him how strong I am early because if he get me past 30 seconds, I ain't worth it. I'm like, quick, early.
Now, why I tell you, you better knock me out in the first 30 seconds because hey, after that, man, it's pew, 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 pew.
Whole different show.
Right.
Whole different show. So listen, y'all have you had I don't want to say the opportunity, have you ever had to pull out your firearm, either use it or just get ready to? Has that shit ever affected y'all?
No, I actually last year I was on a business trip up to Atlanta, and we got into an altercation on the highway, and ended up pulling the strap. But when the man called the cops, they showed up, and basically they were saying I was justified, because you got to know your laws. If you pull it and point it, you better off just using it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so since I didn't point it at him, it was just more like, you do one more step, I'm gonna set that appointment up. And the cops were like, yo, you could have done it and been absolutely justified. You know what I'm saying? But I mean that was that time, but there's been times, 16 when I was 20 years old. But this the first time that, like, as an adult, I'm an adult at 22, but I mean, just at 38 years old to do that, and it didn't affect me. It affected my business partner though, because we were up in Atlanta, and he couldn't sleep, and I was like, bro, like you got to figure out how to get over that, conquer that, because at the end of the day, people carry for preservation of life. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter.
If you don't, I'll never forget the first words that when I got certified here in Ohio. He was a former law enforcement officer. He said this to everybody. He said, if you're not willing at some point to have to pull your firearm to take someone's life, deal with the stigma that comes with it, and I'll give you your money back right now, you need to get up and leave. That was the first thing that he said. And then after that, when he saw nobody was leaving, and he proceeded with the class. That's just one of the things you got to make. It was like I was talking about that self-talk. Those are the things that have to make it with your mind. And I don't think nobody's ever ready, but you should at least make an attempt to mentally be able to move a certain way if you have to. I don't think anybody. That's what I'm saying. I don't carry a gun because I want to shoot anybody. I don't want to ever.
Nah, nobody. That's okay. It'd be at home.
Yeah, I don't ever want to have to shoot anybody. I don't. I pray I never have to put rounds on anybody.
I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I've been through 2 home invasions. The first time a person who was there with me didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of put me in a certain mentality of my whole life. I was young, and I've also been in 2 shots fired situations. One of them, I had to do what I had to do. I'll tell you about that later. But it's this one particular time where I did not discharge my firearm, even after being shot at. We talk about being aware of your surroundings and being aware of, like, just because you can discharge your firearm and just because you are justified, when sometimes you have to choose not to. And it was a situation where I don't want to get too many details, but the guy was in the house shooting in the air. He was under the influence and he was spazzing out, and all of the men ran out of the house and left their women and their children in the house. And I was the only one that ran to the keep in mind, I ain't have no women in there, I ain't have no children in there. I was the only one that ran to the problem. And when I came in there, I had an opportunity to put him down, even after he discharged his firearm at me. But the kids were still in there and I didn't know where they were. And the first thing that I thought about was, I can get my shot off, I can put him down, but what if it's not like a shot stopper and he's able to discharge his firearm and hit one of those kids?
Yeah.
So I chose what I chose to do was I chose not to draw my firearm, and I chose to rush him and force me and him to the back room and lock us in the room until the Atlanta Police Department come there. And they were able to arrest him when we got there. You know, of course, they put us both in the in cuffs when they got there because they didn't know who was who. But but they were able to arrest him then. But there was a situation where, like, even with the adrenaline going, I had to slow down. Like, I had to slow reality down.
That's the thing, man. You cannot be trained and triggered easily. You really have to think this shit out, because how you respond may affect your life and others around you.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know where these kids are. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can pop, and possibly, you know, I know I can put them down, but I don't know if he get one off, or because he was already displayed that he was gonna shoot because he was putting bullets in the sheetrock. You know what I'm saying? So I know he'll shoot. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't feel comfortable taking that shot with those children still in the house.
Yeah, but Prin, like I wanna give you your props, because anybody who knows me personally, I always say this: it's not what's on you, it's what's in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, case in point, my sister, I think like 10 years ago, she was the victim of a strong arm robbery. But the gun jammed. So when she saw the gun jam, she started running after the dude. And you know, it ain't nothing to rack one and try to unjam it. She kept running. She saw him throw the pistol, and he just fled off. And you know, in hindsight, she should have just sat her ass down somewhere and you know, let him run off. But it's just inside, whatever happened, it clicked, and she took off after him.
Yeah, so, and opportunity is something. Believe me, opportunity is something that happens at the blink of an eye. And she saw what she considered her opportunity. And she reacted, and that's that excitement. That's that holy fuck, what is going on? That's that
angry too. Probably was mad as hell too.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed because all of those men left their children and their girlfriends and their wives in there. I was pissed. I was flaming, and like I said, the opportunity presented itself, and I knew right then. I mean, the first thing I thought was going to put them down. But then but I slowed down though, you know what I'm saying? And people talk about that hesitation, it can cost you your life and things like that. But that's one of those decisions. That was one of those times where I'm glad I slowed down, because I couldn't have lived if something had happened to one of them babies. I don't, you know, I'm already messed up as an adult because of my own trauma. But to just, you know what I'm saying, to just think I could have just did something differently. It was like, okay, well, if I get hit and don't put him down, I'm cool with that. But I'm not cool with if something happened to these babies. And all of that stuff goes through your head in a matter of like a half of a second. Like, so much goes through your head.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man.
Man, it does. And you got and I had already came off of a situation where I did have to discharge my firearm and put somebody down and get a lawyer and go through the case and all this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm fresh. I'm already like, I'm young, and I'm like, man, okay, I know what to do. I've been through this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you think you know what you're gonna do until that moment come, man. And I always tell people to just slow down and train and train and train and train.
That's the one thing people need to completely understand is, like you know, we all been talking about, man. It ain't nothing, man. I don't go nowhere about my house, nowhere without a firearm, you know, or firearms being close. But when you put that on, I think that a lot of people, that moment of you don't get to pick the situation. Everybody needs to understand that when you carry that firearm outside of that house, or you carry even inside of your house with, you know, with children, and you know, maybe you live real close to a house and they got children over there, you know, we know firearms can travel through multiple walls, you know, especially if it never hits any wood and just goes through sheetrock, man, it could go into that next house. You don't get to pick the situation. You know, because it's so, you know, that homeboy that was over there just clicking them off, he would have been in a, you know, if you would have got to pick the situation, it would have been a perfect scenario where he was out in the open, no kids around.
No
You know
kids
what I'm
by
saying?
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't get to pick that, and we need to understand that when we leave out with that firearm, we have a responsibility. We don't get to pick.
Yeah.
When you put on your gun, when you put on your gun every day, it shouldn't give you gun muscles. It should give you brain muscles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It should cause you
Precision muscles.
It should cause you to have a heightened responsibility. Not, oh, I'm tough, I'm gonna go out and do this.
Yeah.
You see people that are like that. It should actually bring you under some sort of restraint, because I understand that I have the ability to take everything from someone.
To terminate somebody's life. Yeah.
In the blink of an eye, I have the ability to do that. And you should take that very seriously, and it should cause you to pause. There are gonna be situations where you need to react, but you need to be able to think too.
Yeah. And if you're a good person, it ain't as easy as you think it is. People think, oh yeah, man, I'm justified, I'm in the right, or I'm this, and it don't matter. It don't matter, because I'm telling you right now, it's different when a person has lost that battle, and you can see it in their eyes, and you can see that regret in their eyes, and you can see that, you know what I'm saying? You can just see like, damn, I made a mistake. It's different because you're a human, and you still feel that, you know what I'm saying? And people think it's easy, but it's not easy. Nope. It's not easy at all.
Nope.
Well, hello everybody on the panel. Everybody, how's everybody doing?
What up, bro?
Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
You look amazing. Homeboy.
I look better today, right?
Oh shit, man. That was my idea, frontwards.
Let me tell you, because I had stayed up like way too late the night before. Actually, I'd only been in bed about 3 or 4 hours whenever they did that live stream. So yeah, I was nowhere near going to be awake. So Hutch has sent me that link, you know, in a private deal so I could watch it. Man, I rolled. I laughed so hard out here. My wife actually came outside out here and was like, what in the world are you laughing at? You know, man, the cool thing is not one time all the way through the whole ordeal did she stop doing this. Never. She never stopped. Never stopped. Man, I was laughing.
So yesterday, who's live? It was on Hutch's live.
Hutch's live.
Hutch went live, and Erica and Carbon Q went on there doing their holiday giveaway.
Yeah.
But Erica wanted to dress up like Backwoods, and so she put her dreads into a beard and
I went like this,
combing it and all that. She says, "Give me a good name." I said, "Who are you trying to be?" She said, "Backwoods." I said, "Frontwoods." The rest was all her.
Listen, House of Seeds, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to traumatize you. I apologize, baby. Forgive me.
Man, I was laughing. That was hilarious. That's one of the things too, is that everybody needs to understand these days, man. Things. There's a lot of things out there that really ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's have a good time with life, man.
Yeah, man. No, for real.
Enjoy every day, man. It may be the last day you're on this earth. Enjoy the time with your loved ones, with your friends, man. Enjoy. I see people like I seen somebody got. I've said this before, but I didn't really talk about the situation. But I literally saw somebody get a flat tire, and they wigged out, man. I'm talking just like just you'd have thought the end of the world was here. I mean, it was over. Yeah. Life was over. You know, for a flat tire, it's like it's really not that serious.
Yeah, don't leave nothing in the sink and you didn't scrape it out and rinse it off. I fucking swear to God, I'm gonna go crazy. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody got to die over this shit. Who's like this cup?
So like y'all know the company that I work for is into screen repair and stuff like that. So a guy walked in and he brought his phone, and his phone was completely shattered. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And he said, well, I dropped the phone and it cracked. And he was like, well, but it was just a little small crack, but I got pissed off and I picked it up and I threw it against the wall. That's the reason why I shattered it. I was like, oh my God, dude, like what the? Now you need a whole new phone instead of a fixed screen now. Like, yeah. Like you got some people you got to cool it down, man.
Hey, emotional intelligence is another real issue.
Yeah,
And you can't be out here carrying and you still
you
have
can't keep it cool.
the emotional assurance of a 16-year-old,
Right.
Yep.
Yep. You definitely have to have that nice, calm approach to everything in the world, right?
I tell my son all the time, man, it's okay to lose that. It's okay to lose that argument. Lose that argument and come home.
Yeah.
Hey, friend, you know what? That's fun. I've been married 18 years. I told my wife, we always made this promise to each other. When I leave home, my one and only job is to come back alive.
Is to make it back home. Yep.
That's it.
That's rule 1 in our house.
Yep. That's it.
Well,
CNC Design said it right. Putting on that gun every day should make you the nicest, most patient person in the world.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah. Yeah. That's rule 1 in our house. Make it back home. Rule 2 is treat the next man like you want to treat yourself. Rule 3 is make it back home by any means.
Right.
Right on.
Yep. Since we dropped philosophical shit.
I take a new vitamin. It's called Just Don't Deal with Negative People. So that's my new vitamin, Just don't deal with negative.
Try that. Let me get it. Send me some. I always say, the best fight that you're ever going to have is the fight you avoid.
Right.
And oftentimes, man, it comes into play many scenarios, many situations. And that's something that I'm always stand on. Zach, you know how rational I be trying to be.
Oh yeah, he's the most rational guy in the world, man. Oh gosh.
I believe it, I believe it. I do because I'm non-confrontational.
He believes in talking you. He believes in talking you down off the ledge. He does. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that's it's important. It's important, especially when we are fans and enthusiasts of a certain very dangerous craft. You know what I'm saying? So to practice that would be in our best interest. I think so.
Yeah. I agree.
Yo, y'all need to, I'm gonna say this because it's a shameless plug, Billy. You know what I'm getting ready to say.
Go ahead, shoot. Go ahead.
I'll put the links out there. You'll need to go out there and get your tickets. Get ready for the regular meetup next June. Get ready, get your tickets out there. Go out, cast your votes. I put the links out there. We all 2A people, so get out there, vote for your favorite gun tuber, favorite IG person, whatever. Out there, go get your tickets. Everybody need to be there. It's like a big family reunion. Everybody need to come through.
Vote for me.
Get out there.
Go ahead and vote for me.
That's your vote. That's right. Vote for me. Whatever. Right. Vote.
Right. Just vote for me.
Vote. I don't care. Vote for me for whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah. Hey, we had a good time last year. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was amazing.
I'm not even gonna lie. The Glock store hosted, right? Yeah, we gave them a run for their money. Dude was like, "Oh my god!" I asked them on the way out. I said, "Hey, have y'all ever did a event this big?" He was like, "We've done big events before, but not this big." Yeah, we shut it down.
I think at that point, their largest group out there was like 50 or 60, something like that.
Yeah.
And we damn near quadrupled that.
Yeah.
And the way they had it laid out was nice too.
It was really nice.
All continuous.
This year?
Next year is going to be
backwards. I expect you to be here.
It's going to be different, man.
Where's it? Where's that though?
South Georgia, Thomasville.
South Georgia this year.
Well, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
I've been to all of them. So I went to the first one, which was a small one, and it just got bigger. And the feeling remains the same. I don't know if it's because we talk with each other all the time. We always seen each other on lives or whatever. But it's like running into people that you've known forever, yo. It is.
And I could speak to that because prior to that, I haven't really interacted with anybody, just RGG on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went up there, it just felt like family. It felt like you were in the neighborhood. Like we all just agreed, hey, we're gonna go shoot this day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it felt like, because I've been in other spaces, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, this one just kind of felt like, we just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like we were shooting yesterday together.
Bougie, that link works. I just clicked on it.
That link
Yep.
works. I post
You know, and walking up to people and just talking to people for the first time, it felt like you knew them already. It felt like, you know what I'm saying, people that you talked to in the chat, it felt like we had already met each other before.
Hey, by the time Atlanta Prim was ready to leave, he didn't want to hear me talk no damn more. I chased his ass out to the parking lot.
Hey, look, man, he gave me hell about that shirt. We stood up, and then we stood right there in the lobby, and we talked for probably about an hour before we actually pulled off. I think Zach, you was out there too when you said,
Yeah,
we talked for like an hour.
About a half hour.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing. The shooting is good and all. It's just the fellowship with everybody, talking with everybody that you see, people you know who they are. You get to that's my favorite part of it, man. It's like running into 200 people that you've known forever. That's what
crazy.
If you've never been in the situation, it's really hard to explain because it's almost kind of weird.
Yeah.
When you run
It was for real though. It was for real though. Everybody, it felt like we already like been hanging out like every single day. It felt like we did that every day of the week.
Right.
Exactly. I still need that blazer, my man. You know, that thing was sharp.
Thank you. So yours was nice too. Now I love me a paisley print, bro.
Bro. You can't go wrong with paisley.
Nah, you can't.
You know, me and Hutch had Hutch and I, because Hutch is the original one, but we had put on one of the meetups. It wasn't really a gun thing. It was just a YouTube meetup. And we went camping for 3 days. It was at a campsite, a recreation lake, and a bunch of people showed up. We had someone was going to come from Canada, Monique. She was going to, and Joe Biden wouldn't let her across the border. She had,
damn, Joe.
Yeah, she hadn't had the thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she couldn't come across the border, but
that's how they happen, man. It's just,
but you know,
somebody makes an idea and then you just go ahead and do it. That's
move on it.
Right.
But I'll tell you that I push these meetup things, when I hear about them, because man, the folks that came there is people, I've talked to on YouTube in the chat, and seen them on panels, and man, it was just like, we were best friends, it was like, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute or something, it was really good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I encourage people, to do these things.
It is extended, man. It is extended. So whoever wants to come down, and it's our home range, and so I invite everybody to check it out. Come visit, come hang out, and enjoy what we enjoy, man.
Billy, where you at in South Georgia?
Just above Tallahassee, Thomasville area.
Oh yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna have to message you, man. Me and wife got some grown people questions to ask you before we come down there.
Oh, you got hide-out jewelry.
Oh, yeah, man. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
You and Erica can give us some directions.
We don't know that. Believe me,
down here.
We are out of the loop.
Why you stuttering?
He giving me that talk.
Hey, I kept it real. Da Vinci Code, man.
Yeah. Hey, we so out of the loop. Very far, but I don't know. But either way, man, we wanted to make this a quick live today because, as y'all can see, man, I'm kind of swollen in the face.
Man, take some aspirin. You'll be all right.
Man, I'm trying to take something more than aspirin, man. I don't know what she got.
Erica beat him up. He was acting up yesterday.
She always got some leftover medicine. You know how, as preppers, you try to, get as much as you can and little leftovers here and there, whatever. So she's got like 7 bottles, and she's like, pick one. Pick one. Give me something. Shit was hurting.
Right.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, I appreciate everybody for stopping by and hanging out with us. We're gonna do a short one today because I'm over here sweating like all crazy. Georgia is about 75 degrees, 80 degrees today, something like that. It's fucking hot. It's hot.
Appreciate you having us.
And then the rain just blew over too.
Who?
I said the rain just blew over Atlanta, so
all right, well, don't blow it this way.
Don't blow it this way.
We try to
it's
stay
been raining.
dry.
It's been raining all day.
If you are in Georgia area, voting day is tomorrow. If you're into that, get out there and let your voice be heard. I felt like a president when I said that.
With the hand.
Oh shit. Joseph Harris, the puppies. Oh man, listen, the puppies are beautiful, and we're having such a tough time figuring out who's gonna stay with us. You know, Kush, what you got?
Oh,
Wow.
He's a pocket.
Yeah, yep.
Oh wow.
What's a pocket?
He's small. He's a pocket. He's
Like
little.
It's a pocket bully. He's not a traditional American bully, so he won't get super tall, but he looks like he's constantly swollen in the front.
Yeah.
Like he just got done doing push-ups.
Give me Remington real quick, Al.
Yeah, that's true. Coach said, "Yeah, go vote, even if they both are worthless." I totally agree.
Say it again. Well,
They are.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna stay out of it. But Ghetto, what's up? I didn't even see you in
Appreciate
here.
you, Ghetto.
What up,
I think
Ghetto?
I said hi to Gina. All right, I was gonna bring a puppy in, and then we'll go ahead and jump out. Go ahead,
Billy. Straight up, thanks for the conversation, man. These are important topics that I think people need to talk about. I had hit up Miss Erica and Carbon Q about doing a live stream. Y'all doing a live stream with me, and we getting into some of the deeper conversations on the shift things, bugging out, because y'all did the bunker deal, and I dig that so much, man. I was like, man, that's really cool. And I just getting into all these tough conversations, because so many people get on here and go, yeah, man, get you a firearm and go to the target range and practice, and and you're good, and
some other shit involved.
Yeah, and it's so much more involved than that, and it's so much more involved than if somebody believes in like prepping, for instance. It's so much more involved than going and buying a couple of cans of food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, things are, there's just, so thanks for the deep conversation, man.
I'm always up for it. You know that. That.
You got to get better backwards.
Coach, what you say?
I'm good.
Oh, he dope. I like that.
He's dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
7 weeks.
Well,
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
How many pups you got?
Wow.
Huh?
How many pups?
10.
10.
What?
10 altogether.
You offload those.
But yeah, definitely Billy, man. Today's topic was a real good conversation, man. A lot of people think, it's an easy thing to do. Defending your life, like it's not an easy thing to do. Like it's a lot that comes with it and behind it and after it. Like it's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot.
You have to be prepared.
Most people don't think about it. You don't think about the before, and most people don't think about the after.
That's the worst part. The after is the worst part.
Right.
What's up, everybody?
Yo, they go to homie. What's up, man?
Hey, you real deal. You're like a pregnant woman right now. You're a little late, bro.
It started, didn't it?
Hey, Billy, when I was telling my story, Real Deal said, Prince, stay out of people's houses.
I seen him. I seen him.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and jump out. I appreciate it, all of y'all, and thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you stopping through.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Hey, keep up the good work, man. On that, you was talking trimming up and stuff, man. Keep up the good work,
Thank you.
Man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, just hit me in. Good job.
And keep your damn shirt on, bro.
Now I'm gonna come up out of it on the next one.
I'm just playing.
All right.
Yeah, man. But yo, listen, I appreciate again. I'm gonna end it for real. I promise. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Everybody in the chat, all these amazing people on the panel. Where you at tomorrow? Did you say on after Tories?
GT Junior Groves
GT
in
Junior.
Alaska.
Look out for that fella tomorrow for the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway.
What up, Tories?
And I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy the evening.
Peace,
All
man.
right.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay. Thank